Let me introduce myself. My name is Richard Lasciardo. I'm an MBA with 22 years of study abroad counseling experience. Now, what's so unique about Education Abroad Counseling Center? Education Abroad Counseling Center started in Feb 2000. So it's 22 years, and we do counseling for all countries. So we US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Europe, or any other country of your choice. And we do from 7th grade onwards. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, bachelor's, master's, MBA, doctorate, and postdoctorate. So that's make us unique because we cover so many countries and different levels. We have been doing a lot of activities. When we started in 2008, we started with My Educational Guide, where we circulated 10,000 copies, physical copies to 1,000 schools and colleges. It was circulated free so that students get aware about a lot of the options, the career options that are available abroad in terms of courses. Because in India, you have just arts, science, commerce, engineering, medical, architecture, and you had those disciplines. But in abroad, there were lots of specializations. And at that time, internet and all those things were not so strong. So we decided to come out with the bi-monthly career-oriented journal, and we circulated it for 4 years. And then we came up during the pandemic with the 38 days weekend webinar, continuous webinar that we had. And now we are going to start with the weekend webinar. It's not a weekend webinar, it's a Friday webinar to be very specific, because Saturdays, the universities prefer not to work. So we kept it, we decided we'll have a Friday webinar, and this is going to be an ongoing process where you can meet university officials, talk to them, discuss about your profile if you want. And I'll be also asking some straight questions and trying to get answers for those questions. So today we have Westcliff University. So before I start, let me just share my presentation so that, that's it. So today, 29 July 2022, we have Westcliff University, and they would be basically presenting to us their university. You know, Westcliff University in brief is located in Irvine, California, USA. They offer bachelor's and master's program. In bachelor's, they have STEM programs as well. I have noted only a couple of them, which is BSc IT and in master's MS IT and master's in computer science. They have MBA IT and project management. With us, we have Colin Matthews, and we have, I am sure Colin will also introduce his co-host, who is also going to be presenting today with us. Colin, the stage is all for you. Please take over and help us to understand more about Westcliff University.
Hi, great. Yeah, thank you for the introduction. I have my colleague Yeun here. I think I'll go, and Gracie Castillo is also here as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and take over this presentation though for today, but we're all available to help answer any questions that you might have. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get into this PowerPoint. So yeah, I'll be sharing a little bit about Westcliff University. We are a private university located in Irvine, California. We have additional campuses in Los Angeles and on the East Coast in Miami, Florida. We're accredited by WASC and ACBSP. And, you know, all of our campuses are located pretty close to the beach. It's warm year round. It doesn't get much colder than 23 degrees Celsius just because of our good locations. That's something we like to highlight for students. A little bit about Southern California. So in terms of tourist destinations, there's a lot to do here. Disneyland is about 15 minutes away from campus. You have major city centers like Hollywood and the Walk of Fame about an hour away. San Diego is maybe 2 hours away by car. And you can even get to Las Vegas pretty quickly. That's about 4 hours away. If you are interested in any professional sports, it's a great place to be as well. We have the LA Rams for football, the LA Galaxy for soccer. We have baseball, basketball, whatever you could be interested in seeing, you can catch a game here, which is great. And then, like I said, our campus in Florida is in Miami. which is one of the top tourist destinations in Florida. The campus there is going to be located in the Brickell district, which is the business sector of Miami. So actually, for our Irvine campus and for our Miami campus, you're going to find that there's a lot of nearby companies where you can pursue internships, gain experience here in the US. Now I'll share some fast facts about Westcliff. So we have over 4,000 students enrolled from over 92 different nationalities. So it's a very diverse student population, a big international body. So you can be sure that you're going to find, cultural groups, lots of good food here in SoCal as well. We have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an 83% graduation rate, which are both better than the national average, and a very high student satisfaction rate at 94%. Now, of our students who graduate, 80%, I think we're up to 85 actually now, but 85% find job placement after graduation. So that's either back in their home country or here in the United States if they choose to stay on a program like OPT after graduation. And if you don't know about OPT, I'll talk about that in a second. All right, a little bit about our academic programs at Westcliff. So Richard did a great job introducing us and some of the programs that we offer, but I'll just go over them in more detail. So business is likely our biggest college with the MBA programs, the BBA programs, and you can see all the concentrations here. So IT project management, like Richard said. We have a College of Technology and Engineering, a College of Education, and a College of Law. In case you do know about OPT, OPT is kind of like an optional work authorization so that you can pursue internships after graduation. Typically, you can pursue internships for up to 1 year with that authorization. But with a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, you can extend your OPT for up to 3 years after graduation. And these are STEM programs here with the green star next to them, just so that you can see which programs would allow you to extend your stay after graduation up to 3 years. All right. So I've talked about OPT after graduation, right? But Westcliff is pretty unique in that we offer CPT to students as well. CPT happens during the student's course. So while they're still in the program, we also authorize them to pursue internships. Master's and doctorate students are actually eligible right when they get here. So they can apply to CPT as soon as they come to Westcliff. Bachelor students need to complete just 1 academic year before applying to CPT. We also recommend that students limit themselves to part-time, just because if you work full-time for more than 1 year during CPT, during your program, you cannot have OPT after graduation. It's a trade-off. Some students find a way to make it work, but that's just something to be aware of. Okay, a little bit about our live online programs. So we do offer classes in person at all 3 of the campuses. However, we also offer classes online. Maybe for students who aren't as interested in coming to the US, they just want that US degree. This is a really good option for them. We offer equal degree recognition, meaning that the degree says nothing about being online. It's just a Westcliff degree. We have a lot of experience doing this since 2011. And students who do take this format, they'll be able to attend class over Zoom, kind of like this. But if they miss class due to scheduling, due to time zone issues, things like that, we have recordings available for extra review for them to watch whenever they need to. It's a more affordable tuition. Students won't have to pay for travel or living expenses, and they'll have access to our online library database 24 hours. Lastly, students that start online, they can transition to our on-campus programs at any time. So if you're not quite sure yet, you can go ahead and start online, and then we can work on issuing that visa and getting you to the US at any time during your program. All right, a little bit about what we offer to students. So we do really like to help promote business leaders here at Westcliff. For that reason, we offer a Smart Capstone program for all of our MBA students. They have partner companies where they can pursue internships. We have a business center for women entrepreneurs and the Westcliff Alliance of Venture Entrepreneurs, which is a student club for business leaders. We also have the Ignite Incubator program, which teaches students, maybe they're more entrepreneurial, they have interest in launching a business or something like that. We can help them through that process, teach them the necessary skills for that. Quality education. Our faculty has more than 20 years of experience on average. We have our own model of education called the Capri model, which your students will be very familiar with if they come to Westcliff. And then we also have a peer review journal called WeJar. It's open access, so any research that your students, that any students do, they can post to our journal and access it at any time. Other students will be able to access it, and of course, students will be able to access research from others for any of their academic needs. Okay, student services is here for your students as well. We offer academic advising and counseling, as well as transitional support. So for all your students out there, we know that coming to the US for the first time can be difficult. So we have resources in place to get you connected with and to help you with that transition. Career services will meet with you one-on-one. They offer professional workshops to help build interview skills, resume building, and we have career fairs to connect you with possible opportunities here in the US. We also have a really strong alumni network that you can connect with on platforms like LinkedIn, help with your networking. All right, we have the Academic Resource Center on campus for students with a writing center and study hall so that you can get help with any of those tough assignments. We have dedicated faculty to help you through that. A computer lab in case you might not bring your own technology with you. And again, our library database is posted online for 24-hour access for all of our students. All right, lastly, some student clubs. We have the Ocean Awareness and Surfing Club. I did mention that we're pretty close to the beach. We have a student athlete advisory committee, a lot of athletes on campus as well. So if you are an interested athlete, you can apply through NAIA, which is the athletic conference we're a part of. I think there's scholarships up to 50% of tuition, so be sure to check that out. We also have a Warrior Explorers Club. All right, a little bit about accommodation. I mentioned briefly that we're kind of in an office area, which means that we don't have typical on-campus housing for students. Instead, they get to choose between homestays and off-campus apartments. Of course, with the homestay, they'll be staying with someone here in California or in the US that's a little bit more established maybe. They can include meals and transportation in that cost if they want. But if you're maybe a little bit more independent, you might choose an off-campus apartment. These could be single or shared with other students. It's up to you. Sorry about that. Okay. I mentioned athletics briefly, but like I said, we are a member of NAIA Athletic Conference, which means that any athletes, any interested athletes, you'll be able to travel compete with other universities and represent Westcliff as one of our warriors. Like I also mentioned, you can receive up to 50% of tuition if you are already an athlete. Just go to naia.org for more information on that. And here are the sports that we offer across 18 different sports. Okay, I do want to mention the REAL program. So we have an intensive English program in case students maybe don't meet our minimum English proficiency requirements, which I'll get into that in a second. But this can be on-site or online. And we also have pathway options. So you can start to earn degree credits while you're still completing the English program, which is great. By the time you finish the REAL program, you can transfer into one of these degree programs at Westcliff. No testing required, no TOEFL or IELTS. Okay, here we have our tuition breakdown. You can see the cost of 1 year of education here. You'll probably be looking at this international F1 row. Or live online, that's for the students that want to take that program. We have accelerated program options, so a 3-year bachelor's or a 1-year master's option is available to those dedicated students. And we tell students to expect housing, living expenses, and transportation to cost around $20,000 per year. So, those costs can add up in the US. Transportation is a pretty big deal, especially here in Irvine. The public transportation is not great, but it's good to have, a car or some sort of transportation. And then, of course, living expenses, the cost of either the homestay or your apartment. But tuition can be paid every semester, or we also have monthly payment plans for added flexibility for the student. We have open enrollment available. So we're very flexible with intake. Whenever you want to start, basically we'll have an intake available for you. Every 2 months, we have a start date. We set our deadlines for international students about 3 months in advance, just before their anticipated start date. That's just so that they have the time to go through the process of applying, receiving their I-20, and then scheduling their embassy appointment for their F1 visa. All right, a little bit about scholarships and grants that we offer to students. We'll award up to $10,000 per year. It's going to depend on different criteria, like what GPA the student holds and maybe what region they're from, because we do offer academic merit scholarships as well as diversity scholarships based on region. The criteria, it's going to depend, again, the amount they receive on those factors like GPA and region. If you're interested in, seeing the different criteria, seeing what you may be eligible for, you can go to our website, which is westcliff.edu. You can go to the financial aid tab and click scholarships and grants. That's how you can find out, kind of where you might fit in terms of scholarships. All right, I have this video. It's a virtual tour of our campus in Irvine. I'm going to go ahead and play it and share it with you students. So if you ever wondered what it might look like to study in Irvine, Southern California, I'll go ahead and show you now.
Hi, Colin, there is no voice.
Oh, you can't hear the noise?
No, we can't hear the voice. The music.
Okay.
The voice.
All right. Okay, in that case, we can skip the video, but this can be accessed at any time on YouTube anyways, for any students that are interested.
You can still play it, no problem.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's just music, so. All right, there you go. We have really great facilities, this beautiful campus here in Irvine. So let's run through this one more time. Why would you choose Westcliff University? Just to wrap up, we offer very affordable tuition for a university in Southern California with payment plans per semester or monthly payment plans for more flexibility. We offer scholarships for international students as well. We have an attractive location. Irvine is the safest city in America for its size, according to the FBI, and it's rated the best place to live in California by time.com. We also have multiple campus options available in Los Angeles and on the East Coast in Miami. With the Real Pathway program, students don't have to have any minimum English proficiency to apply to Westcliff. We'll offer intensive English courses online or on site. And in terms of work opportunities, we offer CPT during their program, very unique, and then OPT after graduation for up to 3 years with those STEM programs. Lastly, with flexibility, we offer 6 start dates every year. So whenever you need to start, Westcliff can put you through the admissions process. Accelerated programs for bachelor's and master's students. You can take class on campus or live online. And we have no requirement for GMAT, GRE, or SAT, no testing required to apply to Westcliff. All right. Here, we just decided we'd share the timeline that students can expect when submitting an application. So when you're ready to apply, you'll go to westcliff.edu/apply. We're going to need evaluated transcripts. Westcliff will also do evaluation for students for a cost of $125 fee. And an English proficiency score. So that could be TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo. We'll also accept medium of instruction letters. So if you happen to learn English in English in the past, we can accept a letter or a transcript just stating that that's the case, and you won't be required to take a test. In 1 to 2 weeks, you can typically expect to hear back about your admissions decision. If you're accepted, we're going to ask for bank statements and the I-20 request form, just so that we can issue you the I-20, lets you set up that visa appointment. Once you submit the I-20 request form, again, you can expect about a week or 2 to receive your I-20. You'll need to pay the CVIS fee and schedule your embassy interview. Within 5 days of visa approval, we typically ask for a color scan copy of that visa, and we ask for the first semester's tuition. So we're not going to ask for any sort of tuition payment, any deposit until you get your visa, at which point we'll ask for either the first semester, or if you have a monthly payment plan set up, it will be the first month. Before arrival, there's an advisory session with someone at Westcliff. Housing makes sure that you will have somewhere to live, and we'll ask for your flight details. And when you come to the US, finally, we're going to ask for the hard copy of, if you have an English proficiency certificate, we'll ask for that. And we ask for your official transcripts, hard copy in a sealed envelope. And then you'll attend new student orientation. All right,